Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today I've got a story for you that's a bit of a classic, a cautionary tale that's been told for generations. It's called The Greedy Hyena at the Crossroads, and trust me, it's a powerful one. So, picture this. In the vast, sun-drenched plains of Africa, there lived a hyena. Now, this wasn't just any hyena. He was notoriously greedy, with a hunger that was never, ever satisfied. His belly was like a bottomless pit, and his thoughts were always consumed by his next meal. One scorching afternoon, after a long and fruitless hunt, the hyena found himself trotting along a dusty path, his stomach grumbling like distant thunder. The heat was shimmering off the ground, and every step felt like a chore. Just as his spirits were about to hit rock bottom, he reached a crossroads. Two paths stretched out before him, diverging into the savannah, and from each path a tantalizing aroma drifted towards him. From the left, the savory scent of a freshly killed antelope wafted on the breeze. It smelled rich and gamey, promising a feast fit for a king. His mouth instantly started watering. He could almost taste the tender meat, and he imagined himself tearing into it with delight. But then, from the path on the right, another scent caught his attention. This one was different, but equally irresistible. It was the smell of roasted goat, seasoned with wild herbs. It was smoky, fragrant, and carried the promise of a delicious, well-prepared meal. His mind reeled. Antelope or goat? A fresh raw feast or a perfectly cooked delicacy? The dilemma was agonizing. The hyena stood frozen at the crossroads, his head swiveling from left to right, then right to left. He took a few steps down the left path, his nose twitching, drawn by the antelope. But then, the stronger scent of the roasted goat pulled him back. He'd dart a few paces down the right path, only to be tempted again by the promise of the fresh kill on the left. He was completely paralyzed by his own greed. He wanted both. He couldn't bear the thought of missing out on either feast. He thought to himself, why must I choose? I deserve both. I'm the hungriest hyena in the savannah. This thought sparked a ridiculous idea. A truly absurd plan began to form in his greedy mind. He decided he would try to walk down both paths at the same time. Yes, you heard that right. He believed he could somehow split himself and enjoy both meals. So, with a determined grunt, he positioned himself right in the middle of the fork in the road. He placed his left legs on the path leading to the antelope and his right legs on the path leading to the goat. He started to walk, attempting to move forward along both trails simultaneously. It was an awkward, clumsy shuffle. One leg would go this way, the other that way. He stretched his body wider and wider, straining with all his might. The further he went, the more the paths diverged, and the more he had to stretch. His muscles screamed in protest. He grunted and groaned, his body pulled in two different directions. He was so focused on the two potential meals ahead that he ignored the growing pain. He was so blinded by his insatiable hunger that he couldn't see the disaster he was creating for himself. The strain became unbearable. He felt a sharp, agonizing pull in his midsection. He had stretched himself too far. And then, with a sickening tearing sound, the hyena spit right down the middle. His own greed had literally torn him apart. He collapsed in a heap at the crossroads, a tragic victim of his inability to choose, of his desire to have everything all at once. He ended up with nothing. The delicious scents of antelope and goat continued to drift on the wind, but the greedy hyena was no more. He lay there, a grim lesson for any creature who might pass by. So, what's the takeaway from this rather grim little story? It's a powerful metaphor, isn't it? The story of the greedy hyena is a classic fable about the dangers of indecision and overwhelming greed. It teaches us that trying to have it all, trying to go in two directions at once, often leads to getting nothing. It is about the paralysis that can happen when we're faced with too many choices and we're afraid of missing out. In our own lives, we often find ourselves at crossroads, right? Maybe it's a choice between two career paths, two relationships, or even just two different ways to spend our weekend. We get hit with this fear of missing out or FOMO, and it can be paralyzing. We want the best of both worlds, and the fear of making the wrong choice can leave us stuck in the middle, just like the hyena. But the story reminds us that making a choice, committing to a path, is often better than trying to have it all and ending up with nothing. It's about understanding that every decision involves a trade-off. You can't be in two places at once. By choosing one path, you are inherently giving up the other, and that's okay. It's a part of life. The key is to make a thoughtful choice and then commit to it, pouring your energy into that one direction. Instead of being torn apart by indecision, we can find freedom in making a decision and moving forward. It's better to walk confidently down one path than to be stuck in pain at the crossroads. So, the next time you feel that pull in two different directions, remember the greedy hyena. Take a deep breath, weigh your options, make a choice, and walk your chosen path with confidence. Don't let the fear of missing out cheat you out of everything. What do you guys think? Have you ever felt like the hyena at the crossroads? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. And if you enjoyed this tale and its message, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.